Welcome to video 2 in the Matt Hacks video series. This week, once again, our focus is on traffic. So each tip that I give you in this series is focused on the weekly theme. This week is traffic, next week is going to be email list building, and that's according to the auto growth funnel framework. All right, we go level by level in the funnel, one focus each week, take massive action, and then loop back. And again, I'm going to be sharing with you the journey, the successes, the mistakes, all of it. And you can benefit because you're going to follow along and learn from me. Ask questions if you want. It will give us more ideas for future Matt hacks. All right. Actually, turn off Flux there. Okay, so there's a really simple problem. It's something that you might know that is even a problem for you right now, and the problem is this. If you could write better headlines for your content, you could get more traffic to your website, right? And you know this because you know that each week, if you send out a newsletter or each month or whenever you do it, you might see a lower or higher click rate, you might see a lower or higher open rate, and that's because the subject line changes, that's because the subject matter of the overall content that you're promoting or looking to promote changes, right? And some people on your email list are more interested in one topic and another group of people are more interested in another, but the sizes of those groups and their interests varies over time and varies in size. So the question is, what is a simple way for you to write better headlines and get more traffic? Well, it's this. So I'll show you how we're actually optimizing our headlines right now and how we did it for a recent email campaign, email newsletter that we sent this week. So for this one, the topic was related to landing pages and lead generation. So we actually came out with, we have enough email subscribers. We have over 12,000, I think at last count, over 12,000 active email subscribers. So those are people who have openly clicked and opened our emails at least once in the last 30 days. Otherwise, we actually actively remove people. And because we have a big enough audience, we can test we could probably test more, but we can test 3 subject lines at a time. So we come up with 3 different ideas and we make those the subject lines for the email. So version A is going to be this one, version B is going to be subject line 2, and version C will be subject line 3. And we set the amount of time that we want to test over. For example, do we want to determine the winner within usually 2 hours, maybe 3, if it's a smaller sample set and we want to test more subject lines. But this method is better than using something like a plugin, for example, from Thrive Themes. They had like a headline tester tool. I also know that in the past, I think Noah Kagan's company came out with a headline tester tool. Maybe it was King Sumo, for example. But I never really got how those actually worked, because I read up on them, and the way that those tools would work is they would A/B test it on the actual page. But then what do you consider success? Actually getting to the end of the post, actually clicking and signing up? I think that this method is better because it is people who have already opted into your email list, okay? And you can get a result much faster because you're sending it out in a short amount of time. And that's important because that's going to give you the best result. So you're going to know which headline is the winner within a matter of hours with statistical certainty. And not only that, but you can then take that winning headline and then you can promote that on social media, and you can make that the winning headline that you use in the title tag for the landing page for SEO purposes. Now let me get more specific about the SEO reference. So if someone is searching in Google, part of how Google ranks you, especially now with the Rank Brain algorithm update, according to Brian Dean over at backlinko.com, it's based on signals that Google will look at. For example, what's the rate of someone actually seeing your search result on the landing page and then actually clicking through to it and then staying on the landing page, right? So in this case, if you're sending an email newsletter and you're optimizing not just based on the open rate, you want to optimize based on the click-through rate, that should translate into a higher click-through rate also for Google search results, okay? Now, again, I just want to kind of elaborate on the problem a bit more just to finish this out. So we have research. I could show you stats all day long. Just the idea that most people are reading your headline, and so many fewer people are actually clicking through and consuming the article or the content in depth, right? So here's a recent campaign. We had a 14% open rate and approaching a 2% click-through rate, so about 200 people. And this is just one example. You can see that kind of filters down. So like maybe 10 people will see the headline, maybe 2 people will click it, just as an example, and then maybe one person will actually read it all the way through. But basically, the closer that you can get to that end result where people are actually reading it all the way through, consuming it, that's going to yield you the highest level of engagement and help you to build the best relationship with your audience so that they're going to come back again and again and again. And again, the end result is you get more traffic, okay? There's additional research out there that I just want to cite from ConversionXL. You can go check it out if you're interested in reading more. But it basically just backs it up even more, saying that in conclusion, 97% of people would actually come to a page and then read the article title, but only 60% of people would actually finish reading the article, and many of those people were actually just skimming over it. So you can see how this is a real problem that you need to pay attention to. And further, just as one final data point, when I spoke to Neil Patel, I interviewed him about content promotion a few months ago. He said that what he spends the most of his time on, it wasn't on actually constructing the article, it was on actually just writing a great headline and writing the introduction to hook people, okay? So go out, take action, come up with great subject lines to A/B test in your next newsletter, and then take the winner from that and make that the title of your article. Thanks a lot. And if you want to learn more, subscribe to our newsletter. I'm going to link it directly below this video on YouTube and also on the blog post on our site. Talk soon.